This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We have assembled the world's finest sports and trivia dorks to prove once and for all that we are just as bad at this as we were at sports. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. I'm not your host, Matt, but today's game will be pitting two Benchwarmers team against each other, and will be hosted by a long-time, probably like 15-time guest or 17 smoking jackets later. We'll talk to him in just a moment. Let's talk up to the teams and get team names. So let's throw it over to our friend in North Carolina, Dan. How are you, sir?
I have the team name. What are you throwing it to me for?
Let's throw it over to our friend Josh over there in White Bear Lake. Hi, Josh. How are you?
Good. About a half hour ago, I was just going about my evening, and then a shout out went out for a fill-in player.
Someone lit the beacon. What's the beacon called? It has to be lit. Come on, everyone knows this one.
Gonorrhea? No,
Gondor, but close.
All right. Sorry.
Gondor, gonorrhea. You know, they're close.
That's a benchy for like the earliest belly laugh.
But so I'm here. I'm not used to recording 3 days in a row, but we'll see what I got here.
All right, and since he has the team name, Mr. Lundberg.
I was going about my business about a half an hour ago, and I fell asleep. So I'm here now. Earlier this week, Josh and I and a couple other people were talking about whiskey as one wants to. And somebody, who was it, Walling?
It was Walling.
Walling brought up a pickled whiskey.
Spicy pickle whiskey.
It doesn't matter.
Not a pickled whiskey, pickle flavored whiskey.
And Josh and I both had the same reaction to that. And we're going to make our team name based on that because we both decided that whiskey should taste like whiskey.
So that's your team name, is whiskey should taste like whiskey?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yes, it is.
If you want to flavor things, that's what vodka is for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could go nuts with the vodka. That's
sure.
Fine.
It doesn't really have a flavor to begin with. Give it whatever you want.
Yeah, even spicy pickle. That's fine.
Sure.
I'm not going to drink it.
No, neither am I. But
no,
other people can. Just keep it out of our whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey should taste like whiskey.
Ed has thoughts, but we'll save that for a moment. I'm fine. I have no. Today or yesterday we accepted an offer in the house. So by the time this comes out in March, we'll have moved into our new house and my mortgage will have almost tripled. So I'm excited about that. So, Eric, you have the team name. So why don't you go ahead and say hello and give us our team name?
Hi.
All
right. No, since I was told I'd be teaming with Dan, and then I was informed that I'm not, because apparently the listeners like that too much. I don't know, but whatever. So Dan and I always refer to ourselves as some type of herpes. So when Matt and I team together, it's nothing like herpes. It's easily dealt with. It's gone quickly. Normally just a pill would take care of us. So our team name today is going to be It Burns When I Pee.
It's because you're drinking some weird whiskey.
Yeah, stay away from that spicy pickle whiskey.
Stop saying pickle whiskey, because every time, especially spicy pickle whiskey, because every time you say that, I just have to bite my tongue because I have just so many inappropriate things to say. I'm trying to behave tonight.
When did that start? Is that tonight?
I've just decided when we're inside baseball. There may be another child coming.
Oh, jeez.
So,
what is this, like an announcement?
No, it's not an announcement. I'm thinking if I put it out there in the universe more, that it won't be true.
Oh,
we don't know yet, but it's a possibility. We don't have room. I'm going
to message your wife on Facebook and tell her she knows what your husband just said.
No. Do not do that.
Is that why it burns when you pee?
A little bit.
All right. Well, we'll hand it over now to our host, who will take over and get things underway. He's been on the episodes like about 25 or 60 times now. Nope, it's not Mark Grenier. It's the other guy. It's Byron Grubman. So hi, Byron. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little bit annoyed, and I'm sure I'm going to get tons of sympathy from the four precise gentlemen that are joining me tonight. I was supposed to have a tattoo appointment today. I was very excited to get the back of my leg started on. But the temps have been in the 20s here in Austin, Texas, and it sleeted overnight. So there was too much ice on the roads. It was very unsafe to drive because we don't have any infrastructure. Josh, I see the violin going.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I missed out, or I didn't miss out, but I had to postpone my tattoo appointment.
At what point do people who consistently get cold weather and complain about the cold weather and complain about not having the infrastructure to deal with cold weather get the infrastructure to deal with cold weather? Just an idea.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah, talk to Greg Abbott. I don't know.
Hey, they're going to start maybe with their electrical grid before they worry about the roads.
Yeah, he lives in Austin too. Talk to Greg Abbott.
You know what? I made fun of people. I made fun of people with the bad cold and the ice and everything like that until it hit me in Charlotte. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is no joke. You don't go out.
Yeah, because nobody else knows how to do anything with it. They can't clear it.
Right.
No, you're the only one who knows how to drive in it.
Yeah.
In the north, usually like that late October, November, if it's like a late, sometimes early December, the first like ice, freeze, snow thing, everyone forgets how to drive for that one first day. And then after that, it's just like everyone just clicks into place. And then everything's better. Unless you live in Buffalo where you get 7 feet of snow on the very first time. Then it's a little different.
I was just going to say, I just lived through 2 of the worst snowstorms of my life. I couldn't open my door and it's just a little ice.
Like I said, I knew that I was coming into sympathetic company and that I could express my frustrations.
I'm there with you, Byron. I get it. I completely understand it. After having lived it, I get it. You just don't do it.
But no, otherwise I'm doing great. Football season's over. I'm back to playing hockey. So yeah.
It's not over yet. There's a game nobody cares about.
What I meant was I'm not reffing football anymore.
Oh, all right.
High school football season's done. I'm back to playing hockey. So it's fun.
There you go. All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and we have the team names. We got all that business. I think we have to kick it over to Dan for the rules, right?
We'll be starting off with the tailgate to warm up the teams. This will be followed by 4 quarters of play, each with a different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions pertaining to sports. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from the points they've accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
All right, so I guess I'll say thank you, Dan, for those lovely worded rules. Very kind of you.
I'm told that was on the third take, though. I was told.
Oh man, that's like if you want to
duress.
If you, it's like the two things right away. You wore a Dallas Stars hat, and then you question his ability to do one take.
I question that every time he talks about one take.
Not when I read the rules.
I'm the one who recorded it. Trust me, every single time I have worked with him on recording those, it has always been one take.
Oh, all right. It's just when he hosts.
It's when I host. I can't do that. No.
All right. Well, go ahead and take this over, Byron. Why don't you go ahead and give us those questions?
All right. The first round is going to be David versus Goliath.
David versus Goliath. This quarter will consist of 3 pairs of questions, one easier, David, and one harder, Goliath. After hearing both questions, the teams will pick one of the 2 questions to answer, either David or Goliath. Each David question is worth 25 points, and each Goliath question is worth 50 points.
Question 1. The David, along with being the longest reigning world heavyweight champ in history, who was the longest reigning lineal heavyweight boxing champ? And the Goliath, who was the shortest reigning lineal heavyweight boxing champion?
What's lineal? What is that?
So lineal is the short term for the man who beat the man. And it goes all the way back to John L. Sullivan, the beginning of the heavyweight.
Okay.
All right, we're going to check in.
All right. Whiskey should taste like whiskey. That's checked in. It burns when I pee. Talk it out.
So when I think of people who were heavyweight championships for a very short period of time, I think of Buster Douglas is like, because he lost right away after he beat Tyson.
Yeah.
However, there's got to be somebody whose belt was stripped from them, like, a week or two afterwards for something, right? So they were champion for 15 days or something.
So it's just a short championship. Like, does it not?
Well, I mean, but typically, right? I mean, you're going to have at least a few months in between fights, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas if a person is stripped from their belt or they retire or something, it's going to happen within a couple of weeks. But as far as the David, I thought Joe Louis was the longest one, right? Because it was all throughout World War II.
Okay.
Right. And then he went into the 40s until Rocky Marciano in the 50s, right?
Okay.
So I thought Joe Louis had it for or maybe it's Marciano, the two of them, because Marciano was undefeated.
So, I mean, I had an idea about it until the word lineal came up, because all I know is that I know of someone that was the shortest reigning heavyweight champion. That was a thing I have, but I never heard the word lineal used.
Well, I have an idea of what I think the Goliath is.
Okay.
Because I thought I remembered Tyson Fury had some sort of something ridiculous happen to him where he got it stripped or something like that. Where he only held it for 3 weeks or something.
There was a guy I know that made it 60 something days. I don't know why he lost it. His name was, his stupid nickname was TNT. I want to say his name was Tony Tucker. But that's all I got. All I know is that he was one of the shortest reigns of all time.
I don't remember that.
And it was 60. It was something. It was 60 days. I want to say maybe late 80s ish.
I don't know. You can go with whatever you want. I mean, I don't even know the David. I don't even know if it was Marciano or Lewis, or even if one of those two is the one.
So it's a guess either way.
Yeah.
Right. So I say we just guess with what popped in my head for shortest title reign. So
which one do you want to go with?
Tony Tucker.
Tony Tucker.
And whiskey should taste like whiskey.
We had no clue on the shortest. And if it's that name that was said, you're going to hear my signature phrase. But we checked in with the David with Joe Louis.
All right. One team is getting points. The longest reigning heavyweight champ in history, both in terms of retaining a belt and the lineal heavyweight champ, is Joe Louis at 11 years, 8 months, and 8 days. And the shortest lineal heavyweight boxing champ is Shannon Briggs for 127 days. So even Buster Douglas made it close to 8 months. This was about 4 months and 4 days.
I'm not sure I've heard of that name either. So who?
He beat Foreman. I know that.
He beat Foreman, and then Lennox Lewis beat the brakes off of him shortly thereafter.
Well, Foreman was 85 years old, so you know.
Question 2 is a bit of a visual, but I'm going to do my best in this audio medium to express it. The David. Which football foul signal am I? Hands on hips. And the Goliath. Which football foul signal am I? Standing upright with the right foot behind the left.
All right, we're going to check in.
All right. Whiskey should taste like whiskey has checked in. It burns when I pee. Talk it out.
Should get that checked out.
I'm going to say, I want to see somebody about that.
So David's encroachment, that's easy enough.
I'm pretty confident it's tripping, yeah.
So am I, but I feel like that's just too easy of a...
Illegal feet to the feet?
Yeah.
Come on, Byron, could you imagine getting on your microphone,
I want to see Ed Hockley make that call.
Illegal feet to the feet, number 15 offense.
Because then he can't use the guns because it's all feet to feet thing.
Yeah, arms are just down at his side. Useless.
He might have some dynamite calves. You never know.
I don't know. Let's just go with it. Don't overthink it.
Or we're gonna go with
tripping.
Tripping.
All right. And whiskey should taste like whiskey.
Yeah, that's I had a question mark after when I sent it to Dan, and he initially didn't think so, but then he gave it a little longer thought, and he agreed that we also said tripping for Goliath.
So the first one is quite obviously offsides or encroachment or neutral zone infraction. And the Goliath, yes, is tripping. Not very often called, but still a safety foul, and still, still we look out for it in the backfield.
I was thinking the NHL call, which is why immediately I thought, no, that's not right. And then I was like, wait, no, that actually is how that works. Yeah.
So both teams getting points there. And question 3 in David versus Goliath. The David question: as famously predicted by the game's MVP, what team won the largest Super Bowl upset by point spread? And the Goliath: which college football team owns the largest upset by point spread in FBS history?
Okay, we're going to check in.
All right. Whiskey tastes like whiskey. Talk it out. Sorry, whiskey should taste like whiskey.
No, whiskey tastes like whiskey. I like that better.
In a perfect world.
Unless you flavor it with spicy pickle or any other stupid flavor.
I flavor everything with spicy pickle.
You keep your pickle out of your whiskey jars.
Easy.
Especially if it burns. We don't want any.
Listen, I had, and this is not even a lie, even a little bit. I had spicy pickles for lunch.
I don't dislike spicy pickles. I just don't want them to be associated with my whiskey.
Getting uncomfortable with this conversation as we move along.
So I think if what I'm remembering is what I'm remembering, this happened not too long ago, like 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
This happened like 5-6 years ago, and I want to say UNLV was involved, but I can't come across. I can't figure out what the other team was. It would have just been some random FCS team or something like that, but
like a non-conference game.
Yeah, I don't know. So
I don't think I could tell you too many teams in their conference, but yeah.
So I say we just go with the Jets and call it a day.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
And the other team, what did you guys come up with?
The other team.
The other team.
So Dan, you were on your way, Dan. I thought you were getting it. It was not long ago. If I'm right at all, it's kind of a 75% sure. I just wanted to take a chance. But one, Cam Newton's brother played for Howard, and they were supposed to it was supposed to be like a cakewalk in 2017 for UNLV, and they lost. I think Cam Newton's brother ran all over them. So we checked in with I don't even know what it was. Howard UNLV, or Howard was the upset, I guess.
So the David, yes, was the New York Jets after Broadway Joe predicted it. They were 18-point underdogs, and they beat the Baltimore Colts.
Dude,
and
seriously, what did I say? I said 18 points, didn't I?
Yeah, Matt, no one's shocked that you knew football before there was TV. No one's shocked.
Come on,
you
man.
were there. We get it.
I got hang my hat on something. Like I wrote down the Colts were favored by Super Bowl III by like 18 or something, and you said 18. I'm like, dude, I got it. That's like crazy.
Yes, it's crazy that Matt would know early Super Bowl history stuff, considering
the betting odds of Super Bowl III. I don't know this like.
It's probably you have it on your tattoo.
I got it on my tattoo.
And Howard University in 2017 was a 45-point underdog, and they beat UNLV. So both teams are getting their points.
I'm just glad I remembered what it was about. I was never coming up with Howard, though.
I'm curious, what was the Michigan App State spread?
It was like 35. The Howard UNLV one was far and away the biggest FBS point spread.
Was UNLV considered to be good?
No, Howard was supposed to be very bad.
Interesting.
Yeah, Howard only ended up winning like 2 games that year, and that was one of them.
I mean, honestly, I didn't even know that Howard had a football team.
I didn't know UNLV had a football team. You want a score update, Byron?
Go for it.
It's a titillating, very exciting game.
Oh, this one is super exciting. After the first quarter, we have Whiskey Should Taste Like Whiskey with 100 points, and It Burns When I Pee also with 100 points.
we wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
All right. And the second quarter is going to be Let It Ride pre- and post-game edition.
Let it ride or throw in the towel. For this quarter, there will be 4 questions in a given category that increase in difficulty. After each question, teams can decide to let it ride and attempt the next question, or throw in the towel and take the points they have accumulated to that point. Each question is worth 50 points. If a team answers incorrectly, they will lose half of their points accumulated in the quarter.
Pre and post edition. This is.
I stole this one from Eid from a couple years ago.
A couple of years ago.
Oh, God.
Was it?
It's fairly
Yeah,
recent. It was like 10 years
18
ago.
months ago or something.
Okay.
Like 20 years ago.
I mean, we have been doing this podcast for like 50 years now.
Dan, that hasn't aired yet, or has
No,
it
it
by the
hasn't,
time this
but
comes out?
it-
All right.
it-
sorry.
well, it will have aired by the time this comes out,
All right.
yeah, because it was before this.
I guess so, right? if we're mentioning it.
This is
would have to, but-
we have the lineal game.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, the team that beat the team.
Yeah.
All right. Question 1. This Canadian football player set the University of Michigan single-season rushing record with 1,818 total rushing yards, including a 313-yard performance versus rival Ohio State, and is a UCLA alum and a member of the NBA 35, 50, and 75-year anniversary team.
We're going to check in.
You know,
And guess what? We're going to
we
check
are
in
too.
too. Oh.
Thank goodness I don't have to say the second team's name. Both
Oh, wait,
teams have checked in.
I forgot what our team name is, Matt.
Whiskey should taste like whiskey. What do you got?
We went front to back the way that we're supposed to, the way that nature is intended to. It was Tim Biaka-Batuka and came up with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So we have Tim Biaka-Batuka Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And the other team?
We have a slightly different answer, but the same at the same time. So we have Tim Biaka-Batuka, but we went with former Dolphins running back Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because we didn't know the second part. So we went with Tim Biaka-Batuka Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He did go to UCLA, but I don't think
did.
he's on the NBA. All
No, he's not.
35, 50, and
No,
75.
all right.
Oh, you guys are out
We'll still allow
already.
it.
We're out already.
Yeah.
Both teams getting their points. Good job, guys. Now, do we want to let it ride or throw in the towel?
We know
Oh.
what they're going to do. So
I mean, let me guess here. Eric, eat.
I think we should call it.
Okay, we're doing it. We're calling it.
Okay. This was tough. We had a good run, Matt. Just like gonorrhea, we're out before people realize they even have it.
well, if they're going to be out, then we should be out too.
This would be a really, really short recording if we only did one question in the second.
No, I mean we're out for the game. That's it.
Oh,
there you
all
go.
right.
There you go. Yeah.
It's not that
Dan,
bad. Come
Dan
on.
if you edit the second quarter, this would be like the
we
world's
go.
shortest
We're
quarter.
good.
All right,
For that
we'll-
reason.
we'll keep going.
Screw you. Okay.
All right.
I guess we're going to
Question-
do it too then. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go to.
All right. Question 2. This Alabama cornerback started all 15 games of his freshman season, including the Sugar Bowl versus Kansas State, and has an NIL deal with a famous sweet drink brand, and was a shot-blocking center who was a first-round pick by the Atlanta Hawks in 1977, and has his number 30 retired by Clemson University.
That's it.
All right, we're going to check in.
All right. Whiskey should taste like whiskey is checked in. It burns when I pee. Talk it out.
First round
You got-
pick by
what-
the Hawks in 1977.
So the the corner for Alabama, I think his name's Kool-Aid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's his last name or his first name?
No, it's his nickname, but he goes by Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Okay.
His first name's like DeQuincy or something like it's yeah.
He has an NIL deal with Mr. Pibb.
Yes.
Clemson number 30.
He's working on his Crystal Light deal.
That's got to be Tree Rollins, right? Atlanta 77.
Oh yeah.
That's got to be Tree Rollins.
Yeah. Okay, so let's check in with Kool-Aid McKinstry Rollins.
And whiskey should taste like whiskey.
Yep, good old Kool-Aid McKinstry Rollins.
And both teams are getting their points. And I could have, but since Eric's on the recording, I didn't want to add bonus points if you guys knew their given names. But
wait, you're saying his real name isn't Tree?
It's not Tree
or Kool-Aid.
Rollins.
Good job, both teams. All right. Question 3. Oh, no. Do we want to let it ride?
Whoa.
Or throw in the towel?
We're going to let it ride because this is Eric Eid. Gambling. He's the gambler.
Oh, hold on. Speaking of which, I got to check something.
See how his gambling is going.
Go to FanDuel.
Must be nice to live in a place where gambling is legal.
Yeah, dude, I would love that.
Yeah.
Is Minnesota and Wisconsin both are still illegal?
I don't know about Wisconsin. I'm not driving to Wisconsin for that.
I think Wisconsin has slots in bars, but I don't know about sports gambling.
Oh, yeah.
Man, how far are you from the Iowa border?
It's like 35 or 40 minutes.
I can imagine you have a casino not too far from you.
Oh, yeah. And there's casinos in Nebraska.
Oh,
it's just
but not sports betting.
But sports betting on an app is not legal. You can go to a sports book.
Oh, you actually have. I don't even have sports books here that I can go to, nor can I do the online. Anyway,
I bet you could find one downtown.
I could find a bookie.
Yeah.
You can actually use the website that I think that Marcus uses.
No, it's legal there except for you to, like Wisconsin or not Wisconsin, Washington teams or something. He had something weird that he couldn't bet on Washington or something.
Probably saving him from himself, to be honest.
Because there was one I was using before it was legal in New York, and it was the one Marcus told me about.
I don't need that. I don't need that headache. I don't need to chase that high with you guys. Dan, we might as well.
Long story short, are we letting it ride?
Yeah,
we'll let it ride too.
All right. Question number 3. This boxer is the third Mexican pugilist to win world titles in 4 weight classes and owns the KO of the year from 2012 in a bout which won him the WBO welterweight title from his longtime rival, and is a former NC State and University of South Florida wide receiver who this past season switched from one MVP quarterback to another.
We're checking.
All right. Whiskey should taste like whiskey. Talk it out.
Okay, if that name is the real name, what
that is so
Marquez Valdez
Scantling, because he went from Green Bay to Kansas City, so he went from Rodgers to Mahomes.
Okay, well then it's going to be Manuel Marquez. Then he knocked out Pacquiao.
Okay, I'll trust you on that.
Well, what was your answer again?
So Manuel Marquez Valdez Scantling.
And it burns one IP. What's your answer?
Again, slightly different. We have Juan Manuel Marquez Valdez Scantling.
One team getting points.
Oh,
it was brutal. Juan Manuel Marquez Valdez Scantling.
That's rough. Sorry. I
tried to give you a chance to repeat it.
I hear it now, but
yeah, Juan Manuel Marquez flattened Pacquiao in 2012, which was just a brutal KO.
By the way, Dan, I could have been helpful if I'd ever heard of the guy.
He fought Pacquiao 4 times on pay-per-view.
I barely pay attention to heavyweight boxing, let alone any other like lighter weight class.
It's hard to believe that's already 10 years ago. That's a
Close to
little
11.
it's a little nauseating, to be honest.
I'm impressed that we hung around this long, Josh. I'm sorry.
Hey, no need to apologize. I would have never gotten even that part. You had 2/3 of his name. And apparently,
I thought I had the whole name, but
that wasn't good enough for our host. So
I would have gotten the MVS. I was scrolling through. He was one, but I mean, I would have never gotten Juan Marquez.
I didn't either.
Manuel Marquez.
Juan Manuel.
All right. The uncomfortable team name to say. Do you want to let it ride or throw in the towel? Last
They're
question.
talking to you, Josh and Dan. That's you guys.
we don't have a choice.
Oh, you're
No,
out.
they bounced.
We did not get credit for that one. So
he said the uncomfortable team name.
You.
I'm very comfortable saying that it's
Oh.
that whiskey should taste like whiskey.
All right, for the rest of the remainder of this quarter, our team name will be Spicy Pickle that burns when I pee. But yeah, we'll keep going. You okay with that,
All
Matt?
right.
I'm an afterthought anyway. What difference does it make?
It's like, Matt, come on, let's go.
Dragging through the mall.
Okay. Sure.
They're a 3-legged race team, and Matt is just like being dragged on the ground. Let's
I
go.
feel like Sling Blade.
Well-
Ain't got no gas.
To add to that, it's a hockey question. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't think that matters, but
Question 4. This Kentucky small forward was drafted in 2002 in the first round, won a title with the team that drafted him, and is now the VP of basketball affairs for a different team, and was a flashy British boxing champion who won the WBO, IBF, WBC, and lineal featherweight titles in the late 90s.
There's absolutely no reason why Eric should know this, so he's going to get it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
First part's Tayshaun Prince.
Okay.
Second part,
Prince Amukamara.
That's what I was thinking.
I was gonna say it's got to be
No, Juan Prince Amukamara.
Juan.
It's got to be Prince Juan.
It's
Amukamara.
Prince Manuel.
Noriega.
Oh.
We may have messed up, Matt.
Champion.
You done messed up,
Prince.
Eric.
Oh.
I should have known that this would be boxing related. I apologize.
Honestly,
Prince Fatu. Who's that wrestler? Fatu. He was a prince for a
Fatu
minute.
Ma'afala.
All right, Matt. It's Tayshaun Princeton is better than Brown.
Princeton is better than Brown.
Raw audio. Tomorrow.
Raw audio, David.
We're going to hear this.
Walking your dog. Don't kick your dog, David. Don't kick him. Yeah, I got nothing, Matt. I could.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't know either. Sure.
All right. Yeah. That's it.
That's what you guys checked in with?
Yeah.
No team's getting points here. You had the first part right. It is Tayshaun Prince Nassim Hamed, who was very big on HBO boxing in the 90s.
Josh?
Wait for it. Who? But very appropriate for the 4th in the Let It Ride and Throw in the Towel.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just
he was
saying.
very big in the 90s until Marco Antonio Barrera.
Now, he wasn't that big.
fast.
He's a featherweight. Come on.
He was very big.
He's pretty
in the
small.
90s.
He was very slight.
Very big in the
90s.
90s.
He was very big.
Well, guess what? We have a new score update after the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
We always have a new score update by end of the second quarter.
Well, have we ever had both teams get shut out where there isn't really a score update in a whole quarter? I know we've had teams get shut out. I don't think
Wait, we
we've
get
ever had two
zeros?
teams. Yeah. We've had some zeros.
I forgot about that. We lose all of it, Matt. I apologize.
No. You don't
I'm new
get zeros. No.
No,
You
it's
got
half,
points.
right?
Oh, all
You
right.
so this was a different discussion. Pay attention. Keep up with us, Eric.
I don't read questions or pay attention. What makes you
That
think?
is true. That's true. All right. So after the second quarter, whiskey should taste like whiskey. It's up to 150, and it burns when they pee is up to 175. So they have a lead.
And now we're off to halftime.
It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 5 entertainment questions pertaining to sports, with each question worth 20 points.
Dominic the Donkey.
Ooh, that's
Well,
a good tune.
and I know that the rules got changed that, they don't have to be sports related. These are sports related.
Yeah, that only really exists for one person.
Yeah.
Literally endless supply of sports entertainment questions.
There's no more. We're out.
People
No,
have
these are-
zero creativity.
These are obviously going to be repeat
Well,
questions.
I think
Literally
that
gave
is
you
true.
like 25 different options of which you could do it, and you chose not to. You chose to argue that you wanted it your way. So
Pardon, I couldn't hear you in my headphones. They cut out.
So this halftime is sports in non-sports things.
Hey, I
Go
like
catch 'em.
that.
Dominic the Donkey climbs the hills of Italy. If you guys were curious, that's hiking and it's a sport.
That's a top 5 Christmas song too. I'm just
Oh,
leave that
dear.
in, David.
Is it though?
Is
it though?
It is.
No,
It is.
No,
Top 5? Top 5?
Top
it's not even top
five.
50.
Top
Top
it ain't
500 maybe?
All right, Peanut Gallery. Question 1 in halftime. In the seminal Key and Peele sketch, East-West All-Star Game, what university is tight end Hingle McCringleberry from?
We can check in.
God, I've just been listening to these.
Oh, who was that? Where was
Byron,
he from?
we checked in, so you can go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Whiskey should taste like whiskey. Can talk it out.
Dang nabbit, where was
From?
Hingle McCringleberry?
Shoot, I just watched this like today. I'm
Dan
gonna get
was today years
Dan
old.
went- oh, Dan went.
Oh, he went to the Mind Palace.
He's only got a minute to get out of the Mind Palace.
He's from Penn State.
You went to the Mind Palace. I'm not going to argue with you.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
And it burns when they pee. What do you guys got?
He went to Penn State.
Both teams getting points.
I just
Hingle
watched it.
McCringleberry, Penn State University.
I showed my kids this today, like at dinner time. So I mean, it wasn't even like 3 hours ago.
The
They are
the
some of
first
the
one,
best
the
sketches.
original one is terrific.
They're all terrific. They
Yeah,
all
like
just
they-
make me laugh.
They get a little in the weeds with the other, like the East West Bowl 2 and 3, but the first one is just it's perfect.
Chef's kiss.
Is it jammy?
The like construction noise towards the end, like it's just perfect.
Morse code.
Yeah.
Army, Navy surplus.
Yeah, like Nevada State Penitentiary. Like it's all perfect. All right. Question 2 in halftime. In his song Dilemma, featuring Kelly Rowland, what specific sports position does Nelly name drop?
It helps if you've heard this song, right?
Minor detail.
I mean, you guys were
Dan, have you heard this song?
Yes.
out of college when when this song came out.
Never was big into Nelly.
We can check in it.
Oh, good. I was sitting there having to go through it. Cool.
All right, whiskey should taste like whiskey. Talk it out.
I'm not going to be able to talk it out. I'm just going to have to think through it, through the song. It's going to be not much, not going to be good conversation.
I mean, it's possible I've heard the song. I don't think I have, though.
I don't have it. I don't have it. I
Well,
know the song. It's the Kelly Rowland, the no matter what I do, think about is you. I can't.
Oh, I've heard parts of that song.
I can't.
I certainly haven't heard the whole thing. I don't think I've heard
I can't
any
come
of
up-
Nelly singing on it.
I can't.
Well,
come up
we
with
just
it,
need
though.
to. What specific? Oh, it's.
30
I didn't even
seconds.
read the question because I didn't. It's so generic. It's specific sports position. It could be. Well, I'm guessing it's not NHL.
No, I don't think so.
It's Ruckman. There, I'll give you
It's
one
the
for free.
Ruck. Yeah, I
Need an answer.
I don't have one, so I don't know.
What sport do you think it would have been from?
Probably hoops, so I don't know. Forward.
Shooting guard?
Shooting guard, I don't know.
Small forward?
I don't think he's going to go for small forward. I don't know, but I don't know. Point guard. Let's go point guard.
All right.
And it burns when I pee. What do you got?
Wait for my cue and just listen. Play my position like a shortstop.
A very accomplished middle infielder. The answer is shortstop.
Well, that would have probably been the third sport I would have thought.
Fun fact about Nelly, he was born in Austin. I didn't know that until I looked up this song.
Geez, I would have. Wow, for a person who was like 100% from St. Louis.
Apparently he was an Army brat, so he moved around, but he settled in St. Louis. But no, he was born in Austin. So we can claim him. Nelly's ours.
Hey, you're not going to get any arguments from Minnesotans. We claim anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
We claim people who were just named after a city of ours.
Spend 5 minutes in the Minneapolis airport and you're from Minnesota.
Yep.
She lived in Winona, didn't she?
No. I thought her parents were just driving through and they liked the name of the city, I thought. I didn't think she was actually has any connection to Minnesota. I could be wrong. We are talking about Winona Ryder, by the way. Anybody who cares.
Well, I thought you meant Judd. No.
Yeah, notably Yankee, Winona Judd.
Even when I'm with my boo. That's all I can come up with right now.
Play my position like a shortstop.
It will literally be in his head. He'll be laying in bed even when I'm with my boo.
By the way, the part that you sang, I think is the only part of the song I've ever heard. So I couldn't even told you that was a Nelly song. I'd be like, that doesn't sound like Nelly.
All right, halftime, question 3. In Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, what college did Ray Finkel attend and play football for? Bonus 5 points if you can name their mascot / nickname.
All right, we can check in.
All right. Whiskey should taste like whiskey. You've got a little over a minute left.
Okay. So Ace Ventura says it in his, when they ask him if he knows about Ray Finkel, he says, yeah, he's a soccer style kicker, graduated from Stetson University. And I just thought about it. It's the Hatters. It's like the Stetson hat. But it's a real university. It's an FCS school. So
not the Bennett the Fourths.
No,
they're the Hatters.
No, it's the Hatters. Yeah. Yep.
All right, and it burns. What'd you guys come up with?
I thank Matt for this because I could not pull. I knew it was a Florida college. It started with an S, and then as soon as I had the college, I knew what the mascot was. But yeah, Matt.
Well, I didn't know initially. He said starts with the S, and I thought maybe you were saying that it was Florida College, right?
Oh no,
I thought maybe it was a joke.
Florida College.
Florida College, and I'm like, so I thought you were talking about what is the mascot. And I said the squirrels, the seahorses, the Seminoles. I don't know, and you're just like, no, the college, and I'm like, oh, Stetson.
Yeah, that's it. They're definitely the Hatters.
Yep. Nicknamed the Mule. Has 2 NCAA records, 1 for distance, 1 for points. He went to Stetson University, and they are the Hatters. Both teams getting points.
And that was 5 bonus points?
Correct.
He's also one hell of a model American.
I was just going to say.
Model American. I had the soliloquy all pulled up, and you guys just stepped all over it.
All right. Well, after halftime, it burns when they pee has increased their lead. They're
it's
up to
when I pee, Josh.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
No,
when you pee.
No,
when
I say I.
pee,
The correct pronunciation of the name.
The name is it burns when they
burns
pee.
when Josh pees.
With 255, and whiskey should taste like whiskey is at 205.
And now on to the second half.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at BenchwarmersTP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the pod called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and share cool sports facts and trivia. If If you'd be willing to rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks.
And we are on to the third quarter, which, here you go, Eid, is Missing Link.
Ooh, his favorite.
The Missing Link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. If a team checks in first via chat to the host with the correct theme before the 5th question, they will earn 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with the correct theme guess. If neither team has checked in with the correct theme before the 5th question, each team can earn 50 points with the correct answer to the theme after the 5th question.
Oh, did you say Missing Link?
It's a Missing Link.
We out.
Fuck.
We're out like
This is
a
where
boner
we
in
do our thing,
sweatpants.
Josh.
All right. Question 1 in the Missing Link. Which current player, who is a 2-time All-Star and 2-time Gold Glover, is the only player to ever collect 100 home runs before reaching 100 singles?
All right. Yeah, we'll check in.
All right. It burns. Talk it out.
Who is Byron's favorite team? Because then that answer
Giants.
would make that. Oh, it's the Giants. Never mind. For some reason, I thought it'd be the Rangers because that would make sense then.
No. It is
I
the
just
San
live here, man.
Francisco Giants.
Well, that doesn't help me at all. But I like your answer. I mean, it makes sense. So
I mean, Joey Gallo is the definition of the 3 true outcomes, and of those 3 true outcomes, singles is not one of them. So
we can go for it. Go
It's
for
home
it.
run, strikeouts, and herpes, right?
we're checking in with Joey Gallo.
All right. And whiskey should taste like whiskey. What do you got?
Yeah, it's the 3 true outcomes. I'm almost positive this is Joey Gallo, and he's our problem now.
I was going to say, there aren't too many 3 true outcome guys who are actual Gold Glovers as well.
Right.
Both teams getting points. The answer is Joey Gallo.
When the Twins signed him, I thought, oh, why are they doing this? This is ridiculous. And then I forgot that he had won a couple of Gold Gloves and he's a good corner outfielder. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm okay with that then.
He just strikes out a lot. So the theme linked answer so far is Joey Gallo. Question 2. In 2016, which golfer came from 5 strokes back to win the Masters, making him only the 2nd Englishman to win that tournament?
You can check in, Matt.
All right. Whiskey should taste like whiskey. You can talk it out.
Oh, this is what's his last name?
Is this Willette?
Yes.
Danny Willette?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Check that in.
All right. And it burns when they pee. What do you got?
Yeah, it's Danny Willett.
Both teams getting points. It is Danny Willett, however you want to pronounce it. You guys are both correct. So the theme-linked answers so far are Joey Gallo and Danny Willett. Question 3. Which light middleweight boxer, named Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year for 2000, became the 10th Puerto Rican fighter to be selected to the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2014?
So I'm good with it.
Let's go ahead and check. We're going to go ahead and check in.
All right.
All right. And whiskey should taste like whiskey. You guys can talk it out.
Can we, though? Can we? I have no idea.
I don't either. Once again, remember what I talked about? Anything less than a heavyweight,
Yeah.
I don't pay a lot of attention.
I have no idea. I don't even know
If
where
this
to
gets
go.
a who, I'm going to be very disappointed.
It shouldn't.
Ooh, thanks for the hints.
Yeah.
Somebody
huge
got
hint.
some
Huge hint.
small
Somebody-
boxer I should know. Should have heard of.
I'm thinking if we were right, we're not right on.
Okay.
Yeah, we sent a guess in already, and we're not
you
right.
did.
It's a Puerto Rican fighter. De La Hoya was an American, isn't he? I don't know if he was a middleweight.
People from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he
are
was
American.
American.
Oh, well, I mean, like,
Still is.
He's changed.
Trump sent him packing.
was born in one of the 50 states. I think that's what I meant, Matt. Well, yes, Puerto
People
Rico.
from Guam, our 8 listeners from Guam are very offended. Josh Bombeck.
1 minute.
Do you think many in Guam consider themselves Americans?
Yes.
Like, first and foremost?
American Samoa, they don't. I can tell you that right now.
So
I don't know. I wish I knew if they were Puerto Rican or not. I have no idea.
10.
So,
well, do
you got?
you have a name that could possibly be Puerto Rican?
Sure, but nothing under the gun like this. Cesar Chavez. I mean, he's not.
I'm sorry, I'm no help to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hector Camacho, but he's not.
Unless was De La Hoya of Puerto Rican descent.
I think he's from California.
Well, I know, but could he be considered Puerto Rican? Like, is our parents from Puerto Rico?
I don't know. Let's.
What you got, Dan?
I guess we're going Oscar De La Hoya, but that's not right.
And the team where it burns when pee happens.
I kind of just went on one of the few Puerto Rican boxers I knew from early 2000 area, and we went Felix Trinidad.
One team getting points. The correct answer is Felix Tito Trinidad.
But you're saying he's not from Trinidad and Tobago?
That's
Come
correct.
on.
He's from Puerto Rico. And fun fact, I was there 2018, and they have like a little walk of fame like outside one of the hotels, and he's got a plaque on their walk of fame.
You don't have to wait for it. I've heard of him. I would have never come up with him as anything close to that, but I've heard of Felix Trinidad.
I remember seeing his name down there, and Miguel Cotto was not down there, was not on the walk of fame, so I was very disappointed. But such is life. All right. Our theme-linked answers are Joey Gallo, Danny Willett, and Felix Tito Trinidad. Question 4. With the recent departure of former captain Mark Giordano, which Western Conference team now sports 4 alternate captains without anyone wearing the C?
We can check in.
The Burning team has checked in. Whiskey should taste like whiskey. Can talk it out.
Okay. Where did Mark Giordano play?
Sure. In a pizzeria in Chicago?
I should know this one. I watched quite a bit of hockey last year, not so much this year. Where did he play?
What team wouldn't have a captain but would have alternate captains only? Or who's in the Pacific Division?
Pacific Division, I should be able to figure that out.
Is your team in the Pacific?
My team?
Yeah, your team.
My
your lifelong
my lifelong lifelong Kraken fan. They are.
Okay.
I think this is the one with the Kings, the Knights, the Kraken, Oilers and Flames, I think, are all in there. Coyotes, maybe.
We're the Canucks. I don't pay attention to the divisions that closely, so shoot.
Yeah, Canucks, Sharks, probably. Ducks. I don't know. Is the Kraken? I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know anything really about Mark Giordano. I just like his pizzas.
All right. If the Kraken is so new, maybe they didn't have a traditional captain.
I mean, I thought that could make some sense, I guess.
So they just haven't, they've never really made. Yeah, I don't know.
Need an answer.
I guess we're going with the Kraken.
Going with the Kraken. All right. It burns when, I assume, people pee. What's your answer?
Giordano started with the Flames, played for the Flames forever. I hate him. Then he went to the Kraken. I hated him less. And now he's in Toronto. But yeah, so it was the Kraken.
Both teams are getting their points. It is the Seattle Kraken. So our 4 theme-linked answers are Joey Gallo, Danny Willett, Felix Tito Trinidad, and the Seattle Kraken. Question 5. After winning 3 straight Texas State high school championships and leading Missouri to its first Big 12 championship game appearance in 2007, which still active quarterback went from being an undrafted free agent to become the prototypical clipboard captain?
We'll check in.
All right. Whiskey should taste like whiskey. You guys can talk it out.
Help me out, Josh. It's quarterback. Played it. Oh my gosh.
Missouri?
Yes.
Is that Chase Daniels?
Yes, Chase Daniels.
Is it Daniel or is it Daniels?
Daniels.
Yeah. I mean, he.
Yeah.
Does that fit with what I had said for the other thing? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It'll be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We're going to check in with Chase Daniels.
And the team where it burns to pee, which is weird.
Not as weird as you would think. It's, I don't know how much of a stickler you want to be, Mr. Grubman, but it's Chase Daniel.
He's not going to be a stickler again on my.
Seriously.
This time I will not be as big of a stickler. Both teams
because
are getting
I
points.
think for the theme,
it is Chase Daniel.
Yeah, you need it to be Daniels for the theme.
You need it to be.
Do you have a
number one? That's assuming that you know what the theme is.
We didn't. We thought we had it initial early. We didn't.
This is exactly what Matt sent to me.
Probably.
I have received one correct answer. I will allow about 30 seconds.
So if they have it in,
we can just talk. We can just talk it out.
Talk it out.
Yes, you guys get to talk it out. You've got about a minute.
It's prototypical types of adult beverages. So you got Gallo for wine, you've got Willett for scotch, you've got Tito for vodka, Kraken for rum, and Jack Daniels for whiskey. So that's what we're going with. However, the best way to put that is.
And the team where it burns when they pee, what did you guys have for the theme?
Yeah, I just
you guys checked in first.
Literally, the theme I said was booze. So wine.
Yeah.
I said wine, whiskey, vodka.
What was your original guess, Matt?
Well, I mean, at first, when it comes to Joey and Danny, I was thinking it's got to be a boy band, right? And then the second one after it wasn't boy band because when Trinidad came up, Felix Trinidad, I'm like, well, no, actually, I said Joey or Danny, and I said, oh, it could be Full House. How about Joey or the Full House?
Joey, Danny, and Felix.
And then,
Uncle Felix, long lost Uncle Felix.
What question did you guys get your booze answer in?
Well,
they got theirs in after question 3.
As soon as he said Felix Tito Trinidad,
yeah,
it kicked it off.
It wasn't until just shortly here because we had guessed NKOTB way too fast.
Yes. New Kids on the Block was in after question 2.
So,
Just
and that point we
firing it
didn't have to really think about it till 5 because we were wrong. So we could only get the 50 anyway. So then when he kept stressing Tito, and I'm like,
that's what
I was like Kraken, Tito. I'm like, oh, this is booze.
So, yes, the talk out was correct. Gallo is a wine. Willette is a bourbon, not a scotch.
Oh yeah, it is.
Tito's
Oh,
is a vodka here in Austin.
I had a question mark after my scotch thing.
Kraken is a rum, and Jack Daniel apostrophe S is a Tennessee whiskey.
What is it called when you order one? Nobody says I'd like a Jack Daniel.
Nobody says Daniels anyway.
Whiskey.
They say Jack and Coke. Or
No.
can I get a Jack?
But
Most people leave the Daniel.
That's people who mix their whiskeys with crap. What? That's just as bad as
That's
putting spicy pickle in your whiskey.
The only
Stop
way to
putting things in your whiskey.
drink whiskey is to cover up that nasty taste. So let's move on.
Only way to drink whiskey
The
is to
fellow
not drink
who's-
Jack Daniels.
Well,
Well,
that is
I was gonna
saying
say,
that.
the
I would agree
fellow-
with that.
Who
No,
founded the
let's,
company was named
can't
Jack
we all
Daniel,
get along
so does
here?
his whiskey.
Can't we all get along? Because I have learned, over the years to enjoy a little bit of bourbon straight up or on the rocks. I still don't like it, but I still drink it. I mean, a whiskey sour is legit drink to.
You know
What's
why?
wrong with whiskey sour?
It's like a personal
taste-
problem.
Doesn't taste like whiskey. That's why.
Tastes sour and bitter, like
Well,
as if
it-
I was
normally
from the
don't-
Northeast.
Because say
At-
I'm feeling pretty much like a spicy pickle. I'm spicy and I'm sour right now.
As somebody who's supposed to be impartial, both in reffing and in hosting this game, I'm finding myself leaning towards one team. As the taste of whiskey continues to get disparaged, I find myself leaning towards one team.
Oh, you probably
All right.
want a score update, huh?
I'll send
Yeah.
a bottle to you.
It burns when Eric and Matt P is up to 455, and we who
Allegedly.
know how to drink whiskey 335.
And it's only when both of them pee.
Together
Yeah,
when we cross the streams.
And that brings us to the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
Our categories are Black Flag. This will be rules and officials. CBGB, which is going to be Major League Baseball. The Toy Dolls, which is going to be sports memorabilia. And No Use for a Name, which is also going to be Major League Baseball. The wagers are locked in. Let's get to question 1 in the category of Black Flag, which is rules and officials. Before a brief and acrimonious stint as the pre-Steratore rules analyst on CBS, who became the first black referee for a Super Bowl when he was assigned to Super Bowl 42?
Byron, we're gonna check in.
All right. The team that's having trouble peeing is checked in. Whiskey should taste like whiskey. Can talk it out.
I think you're right, Dan.
That's a name, right? Mike
Yeah.
Carey is a name, right?
Yes. Like I can picture that, and like I've seen him a million times.
Yeah. All right, let's do it then
All right.
for 100.
100.
Going with Mike Carey.
Unless we're mispronouncing that by a letter,
Wow.
You didn't add the S at the end, or add his first name.
or his first name is Juan, maybe Juan Mike.
One Mike.
And the other team. What did you guys have?
I didn't know his first name. We just checked in with Carey for 65 points.
And both teams are getting points. It is Mike Carey. I think he served for 2 years on CBS as their rules analyst, got a bunch of reviews wrong, and got basically, chewed off a screen by fans complaining to CBS and got replaced by Gene Steratore. But yes, he was the first black referee for a Super Bowl.
I don't know what's going on now. Eric had a fourth quarter question that he could have wagered 100 that he didn't. I don't know what's going on. This world is all topsy-turvy.
Agents of Chaos.
All right. Question 2. In a 2011 trade deadline deal, a switch-hitting all-star outfielder was shipped across the country to a contending team for a top pitching prospect. During this stretch, he would clinch his 9th out of 14 20-home run season, along with joining the 300 home run club. The team would fail to reach the postseason and would not re-sign this player. Please name the player and the team.
I'm cool with it.
That makes complete sense.
All right.
Yeah, we'll check in.
The dudes with urinary tract issues. You guys can talk it out.
All right. Switching outfielders. I'm thinking the CBGB's got to be a hint in there.
I would
so
think
the
so.
name I threw out was Carlos Beltran.
Where did he go? He went
to Boston, didn't he?
He was that his 11? He was with the Mets.
Oh,
It's either Mets, and then he went to the Giants.
Oh, did he?
He was with the Giants
Why did I thought he went to Boston. What am I missing? Oh, if he went to the Giants, then yeah, it makes sense for this jabroni to have a self-indulgent question and answer in the fourth quarter.
What does CBGB have to do with anything?
Carlos Beltran, and then the
Green Bay.
yeah.
He got traded to Green Bay.
It was a shock at the trade deadline.
Giants bringing 0
20 home run season. He's got 300 home runs, right? Yeah,
I would think so.
He's English. He's from Great Britain.
He's the linear switching outfielder.
So wait, is that year?
Oh, come on! I didn't even get like one smile off my linear switching outfielder. Come on.
No, I hate that. I hated that joke.
Switch hitter that beat the switch hitter.
It's just bothering me because I don't know what that means.
The GB part of it?
Yeah.
Maybe it was his nickname, Carlos Beltran. I don't know, when he was in New York.
Let's go with it.
For 50 points.
All right. And whiskey should taste like whiskey. What do you guys got?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who this could be. I said it has to be the Giants, right? Because it's 2011. It's Byron. And then Josh said, what about CBGB would that be? And I said, it's Carlos Beltran. So it's Beltran to the Giants. And that was everything comes running back to me now. That was Zach Wheeler, right? That's part of the trade.
Way to steal my flavor text, but yes. We sent Zach Wheeler, who ended up becoming a very viable major league starter, to the Mets for Carlos Beltran for 2 months and no playoffs. So yes, both teams are getting their points.
No play. You know what? Didn't the Giants win go stop
3 World
Stop
Series
it,
in
right?
that time period?
Yeah.
Calm down.
Right.
I should have known it was an odd numbered year. They weren't gonna.
Dan, how much do you guys wager on that one?
We wagered 100.
We won it the
50.
following
We
year,
wagered
so
50.
50?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what's going on here.
They're going to win by 1.
They don't know how to do math.
That's true.
We don't know nothing about no math.
Mason's not on their team.
Josh, you want to give a score update?
Sure. Surprisingly, the game is getting closer. It burns when they pee is at 570, and they're toying with us, letting us get close. Whiskey should taste like whiskey's at 535.
We're playing this game under protest in that Josh is refraining from actually saying the correct name of our team. So
I'm saying it correctly. You guys said
grammatically correctly.
You guys said it burns when
that's
I
not
pee.
the name of
so therefore
of the team.
When I say it, it's you guys.
The
it
team
burns when they
name.
pee.
Nope.
And I am just the official of this game. Any other issues will have to be dealt with by the conference. And
the competition committee.
I just deal with between the lines. That's it.
There you go. Yeah.
Technically, they gave themselves that team name, so it's not
No.
it's void. The team name's void.
Technically, someone else gave us that team name.
The Spicy Pickle did?
Somebody spicy pickle gave
It
that
was
up.
Walling. It was Eric the Elder.
That's right. You can send any after this game. You can send it to the competitions committee, where I am the chair, and I will make the final decision.
All right. Question 3 in the fourth quarter. In the category of toy dolls, sports memorabilia, the starting lineup figurines were produced and sold from 1988 through 2001. They made figurines for all Big Four sports teams, but focused most heavily on baseball. In the initial release, every MLB team had at least 4 players represented, except for 2 teams that had 1 apiece due to Kenner being unsure of its appeal in those specific markets. Which 2 teams are they? I'll give you a hint. One is a Hall of Fame base stealer, and the other was the 1987 AL MVP. I just need the teams, not the players.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God damn it.
You just
Yeah,
sent us.
You know what? I have another one. I have one I can go back to.
I didn't read it. I haven't read it yet.
That was my fault.
Oh, I saw it because
I copy pasted too
far.
Yeah.
This is all staying in. Leave it all in.
Overzealous on that one. Let me see. I can.
So
really
why don't we
feel
just
like
say? Why don't we just say that So what happened was Byron copied and pasted the answers into it, in case you didn't figure it out. So I'll just read what he has written on here. He says he has the hint, and at the end he says Montreal Expos and Toronto Blue Jays. Kenner was unsure about the toy's appeal in Canada.
Yeah.
Tim Raines and George Bell.
So
Glad.
let's
Yeah.
see. I have
Nice.
2 other. Yeah.
We'll take the hockey question. Oh no!
Actually, one of the 2 that I have saved is hockey, but
Veto.
So the other one.
Oh,
replacement question 3 in no category because I didn't have time to think of one. There are 2 notable trios of brothers who played the outfield in the majors. One is the DiMaggios, and the other is the Rojas brothers, better known under their maternal surname, which was mistakenly written on the eldest brother's initial scouting report.
Byron, we're going to check in.
All right. The team with trouble peeing is checked in. Whiskey should taste like whiskey. You guys can talk it out.
whiskey tastes like pee. I mean, sorry.
I think it is. I think it's the Alus.
Okay. I mean, that would work with the paternal being Rojas, the Rojas.
Yeah.
Right. I'm fine with that.
All right, let's do it then. We'll go with
All right.
the Alu brothers for
35 points. Yep.
And the team with just real trouble over there. What do you guys check in with?
Yeah, so we both kind of messaged Alu to each other. I'm a little concerned because I thought their dad played, so it doesn't make sense that the name would be different but we checked in also with Alu for 50 points.
And with all 3 brothers playing for the San Francisco Giants, Felipe, Maddie, and Jesus, the Alu brothers is the correct answer. So both teams getting points.
That's the original Alus, not the kids.
Are we closer, Josh?
No, we're actually
Not
15
anymore.
more points apart, but it's 570 to 620.
All right.
It all comes down to this.
The final question, and I've made sure not to copy the answer this time because I don't have a backup for it that doesn't involve hockey. In the category of no use for a name, Major League Baseball. Everyone knows Jared Saltalamacchia has the longest last name in MLB history. He is also tied for the longest combined first and last name in MLB history with one other player. This Dutch-sounding pitcher spent his entire 4-year career with the same National League West team in the mid-90s. He set the record for the longest pitcher-batter last name length during a 95 matchup, and the longest pitcher versus pitcher matchup in 1996. Name this player.
Yes.
That's it. That's
Dang
it.
it.
That's it.
Do you remember? Do we need the first name?
Oh, geez, do we? Did he say?
Jeopardy rules.
Okay. Whew.
That's it then.
Then we can
Right?
check it in.
All right. Nice work.
All right. Whiskey should taste like whiskey. You've got about 45 seconds to talk it out.
I don't have this, Josh. I have no idea.
I don't either. That's why
I'm
I
salty.
asked if
I'm
there's like
salty, and I don't know why.
if there's like a Von.
I just keep
something.
thinking of Todd Von Poppel, and it's not him. And it's just, and now I'm pissed because I'm thinking of Todd Von Poppel.
I have not heard that name. I forgot he was a guy. That's awesome.
That's a good guy to remember.
Oh my god, I got to think of a pre and post game with Todd Van Poppel.
I don't know who are Dutch names in the MLB. We're not coming up with this.
No, I have no idea who this is.
Come on, guys. Our wagering strategy was based off of you guys getting all the answers correct.
Well, that's a crappy way to go about that, because that's assuming we would have heard of whoever this person is.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for Josh to just fill his
4-year career in the National League. I have no shot at
He was a journeyman.
No, he played for one team and one
Journeyman
team
on
only.
one franchise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Journeyman.
He watched
All
a
right,
lot of
so
teams.
So he asked a question about a 4-year pitcher who has a Dutch-sounding long name.
Yeah, I read all of that.
Yeah,
you
no,
have an
that's
answer?
and by the way, giving more clues about just having other long name records, that certainly does not help.
It's going to be so good.
There was no way we were getting to this. I don't know.
If you don't have an answer that came to your mind, I certainly am not. Now I can't stop thinking about Todd. Oh God.
All right. So are we punting on the last question?
I'm salty right now.
All right.
We have to. I don't have anything.
We'll check in with Todd.
We'll check.
Poppel
Yeah.
for 100 points.
And you should really get it checked out if it burns when you pee. But by all means, check in with your last answer.
That's all you, Matt.
Oh, well, I mean, he said it started with Van, and I thought, yeah, that's right. There's somebody, the last name started with like a ham, something ham. And I said Eldingham or Lindingham, and he said, no, it's Van Landingham. So I don't know the first name, but I do remember Van Landingham.
How?
For
One team getting points for the San Francisco Giants.
Well,
William
that's not a
Van
surprise.
Landingham.
What was the first name?
William Van
William.
Landingham.
Okay, how many points did you guys wager?
50.
Oh, I'm glad we didn't get it right. For Christ's sake, I
It
don't want to answer another question.
I was hoping it was going to work out because his last question he said he had was hockey, and the tiebreaker hockey question would have been beautiful.
So his
Who is the Van? Wait, isn't that wasn't that the secretary on the West Wing?
Mrs.
I don't know.
Landingham. Yep.
Landingham.
This is William Van Landingham.
Oh, her son.
But-
Okay,
When he
middle name Van. Okay, good.
when he faced the Dodgers in '95, he faced the Rookie of the Year, Todd Hollandsworth, and that became the longest pitcher-hitter matchup. And then when he faced the Cardinals in '96, the Mets in '96, it was Van Landingham versus Isringhausen,
That's what I was
was
thinking was Israel.
the longest-
I wasn't.
pitcher versus pitcher matchup.
Okay, so
Has he
just
ever
to get it
faced Todd
officially
Van
on the
Poppel?
record.
Do it.
Oh, and this is going to be a freaking salty one.
Bring it.
Who? Seriously? Who? Now I'm
He's
salty.
one of my. Whenever they bring up Jared Saltalamacchia, oh, he's got the longest name. I was like,
He doesn't
fucking
anymore,
no.
by the way.
No.
He doesn't
Oh,
anymore.
The guy from the Twins does.
The guy from the Twins does.
Oh, well, with the.
Is it hyphenated?
No, it's not
Hyphenated
hyphenated.
last
He has, but it's 2 last names, but it's not hyphenated.
Very, very much hyphenated.
No, it's not actually. It's
There's
not
no
hyphenated.
hyphen in it. It's not hyphenated.
No, but it's 2 last names. He has one family's last name as whatever, 13 letters.
No, actually, the guy you're talking about had a separation in his last name as well, so he doesn't count then, and Sultan Lamacchia wins. If you have a space, our guy wins. If you don't have a space, Sultan Lamacchia wins. That's your choice.
I just like making Josh salty. And Dan for bonus with the
Getting
stars hat.
Dan salty is much harder than getting me salty.
With the stars hat and then the last question.
So
right.
was it fun having your last game on the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast?
David might lose his spot on the Benchwarmers by approving that last question.
Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah, Dan, that's whatever 4 years payback for you pulling Jason White on Sports Trivia Face Off.
Wow, you have a long memory.
Your first trip to the Mind Palace.
Bitter party of one.
Jason
Bitter
White is
party
a
of one.
gettable name in sports.
It took Dan 7 minutes to
But
pull
that's
that name.
beside the point how long it took him to get there.
I was standing there waiting for the rebound.
I'm just really glad we didn't have to go to a tiebreaker, so I guess I'm fine with it.
Game has come to an end. Here are our final scores. Whiskey Should Taste Like Whiskey finishes with 470 points. And our clipboard captains of the game, who are receiving the coveted Davis Webb Award with 670 points, is It Burns When I Pee. Anything you guys would like to say before we call it a night?
I'm sorry to hear that, Byron. You should go get that checked out.
Penicillin might help. Just a thought. So start working on that. No, thanks, Byron, for coming on. Thanks for writing this game. We actually had this game scheduled for earlier in January, but we had to delay it because of your travel schedule. But yeah, it's awesome. Thanks, man.
Love you, Byron.
He's plotting,
Love you too, Dan.
He's plotting his revenge.
I'm gonna have a game that takes place all in the 50s and 60s.
It's just nothing but basketball and football.
No, nothing but AFL. 50s and 60s.
No, I appreciate you guys indulging me in this very self-indulgent game that I wrote.
We love it when anybody can come on. Anybody that wants to write a game for us is more than welcome. So listen, do this again. I don't care how hard the questions are. It saves us from having to write a game. So I'm all for it.
Yes.
And it saves us from having a halftime without sports questions.
Thank you.
Because Eric won't be hosting.
No, I'm going to start supplying all our guests with free halftime questions.
Eric's going straight up, just all literary questions from here on out.
All right,
books.
let's wrap it up.
So
Say the
hold
final
on,
line.
hold on. I just got one quick thing to say. A la Dan, Byron, thanks.
Dan does not share those sentiments. I know it.
You know,
Thanks.
it's fun. You know,
Oh yeah, and he puts
we
the
don't-
Dallas Stars hat on.
Okay, I was gonna say something nice, but no. I mean, the thing is that behind the scenes, none of us care whether or not we win or lose. It's all fun, you know. So except for this, time.
some of us do care. Well, I certainly don't.
And I legitimately do enjoy hanging out with you guys. Like it's nice to talk,
Another
fool you
bleep.
guys, or you know what? You're gonna bleep it. Freaking like it. But no.
All right, wrap it up.
Whoa. That's
Wow.
how you get out. That's how
that was aggressive.
If you don't, that's how you get our team name.
Matt
That's it.
with his dad voice is coming in strong. So,
a throwaway
per
line
Matt,
from Matt there, and it was funny.
yeah, per Matt. Thanks for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. And until next time, we'll keep the bench warm.
You know what doesn't make you burn when it pees?
Stop.
Mess.
Stop.
No. It's been a
Other
long
stuff
time
bur-
since I've had to do this.
Other stuff
kids.
burns.
Say no.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch! Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes!
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at Benchwarmers TP.